Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. Today, I'd like to give an update on the impact of workplace inspection blitzes. These inspections focus on essential businesses, both big box stores and local shops, where families go to buy groceries, soap, toothpaste, and other essentials. When we first launched these blitzes in the fall, inspectors focused on educating owners and workers on how to operate safely. This year, we've shifted gears to stricter consequences for those who are still not following the rules. Since January, we've visited over 2,300 retailers from Windsor to Niagara to Toronto, up to Muskoka and over to Ottawa. And I'm happy to say we are making a difference. During 3 weeks of blitzes, with visits to almost 1,500 businesses, the compliance rate among big box stores increased by almost 19%. And compliance among other retailers, such as convenience stores, dollar stores, and gas stations, increased by 7%. That means we saw more people in masks, more screening of workers and customers, and more businesses with COVID-19 safety plans. Taking these steps helps stop the spread of this virus among both frontline workers and patrons. Officers will be doing similar inspections in Peterborough next week and in the Guelph area too. Supervisors and employers, if you need more information, please visit ontario.ca/COVID safety. There's a ton of valuable guidance for you there. Remember, you, your workers, and even your customers can be ticketed. Be smart. Don't let it come to that. Over the past year, we've visited every part of Ontario. We've done more than 38,000 inspections and shut down 63 unsafe workplaces. Getting everyone on board with the rules helps ensure our case counts declined. And that brings us closer and closer every day to reopening our province, which I know everyone is looking forward to. Finally, I'd like to tell you about another inspection campaign that starts today. This time, we're focusing on distribution centres in Peel Region. Inspectors will visit approximately 100 of these warehouses, including break rooms and back offices, to check that health and safety measures are being followed. Just to be clear, we've been visiting these businesses all along. We carried out more than 430 visits in this sector already. After seeing our success in keeping the workers and customers safe in stores, we're paying special attention to our next challenge. We know these workers have been especially hard hit. Businesses in this sector also employ a high percentage of temporary workers. So we want to make sure the virus isn't traveling with them back home to their loved ones. I know we're all relieved to see the case counts going down over the past few weeks. Overall, the people of Ontario have done a great job staying home and staying safe. But as Minister, workers, especially right now, frontline workers, are my responsibility. And there is nothing more important to me than their health and safety. These proactive measures are just one piece of our government's plan to safely reopen Ontario, but it's clearly a critical piece. I thank each and every one of you for your help in keeping our workers and our workplaces safe. Thank you, and I'd be happy to take questions.
We'll go to the phones for questions. First question, please.
Will be from Nicole Lampa at CTV News Kitchener.
Hi, Minister McNaughton. Thanks for taking my question. Last week, February 1st, you released data about the inspection here in Waterloo Region, and you said there was no excuse. There was only a 55% compliance rate after visiting 119 businesses. Has that improved, and will your inspectors continue to come to the region, because workplace outbreaks and workplace, compliance has been a concern here since last fall?
Well, thanks, Nicole, so much for that question. The health and safety of every worker is my top priority. That's why every single day we literally have hundreds of inspectors and provincial enforcement officers from different ministries going out to inspect workplaces. Businesses and owners and managers and supervisors have no excuse. They know the rules that need to be followed. It's more critical at this point in the second wave than at any point since COVID-19 has hit Ontario that businesses be more vigilant. We have hundreds of resources, posters and tip sheets and videos in multiple languages at ontario.ca/COVID safety. We expect that these guidelines are followed, and we're out beefing up inspections and ensuring that enforcement measures take place. Furthermore, I am proud to say that we are seeing an increase in compliance, as I reference big box stores specifically, and we've been into thousands of them across the province, have improved 19%. But for the people of Kitchener-Waterloo and to those businesses, I can assure you that we'll be back revisiting many of those same places.
Follow up?
When are you planning to visit Waterloo Region and do another inspection blitz? And will it take place, next week, considering, Waterloo Region is slated to reopen?
Yeah, I mean, this is a busy time for our ministry. But again, the health and safety of every worker and the public at large is our government's top priority. We're sparing no expense to increase the number of inspectors to ensure that we provide those supports to businesses who need help and to those workers to protect them. Again, every day we have inspectors visiting workplaces and job sites in the Waterloo region, just like we do in every other region of the province.
Next question.
A quick reminder to press star 1 if you have a question. Next, we will hear from Sarah Moderi at Toronto Star. Please go ahead.
Hi, Minister. You noted that this second round of inspections that's moved away from education and towards potential penalties has worked, and that you've seen a 20% increase in compliance. Do you regret not taking this approach earlier in the pandemic when thousands of workers were still falling sick with the virus, and there's now evidence that perhaps a more forceful approach could have prevented some of those illnesses?
No, look, we've been into workplaces and on job sites since day one of the pandemic. We inspected 39% more places last year than in 2019. We've increased the number of inspectors to the largest amount in provincial history. We've doubled our health and safety action center. We've ensured that when workers call that there's translators there and that they can service people in multiple languages. We've continued every single day to ensure that enforcement measures are tough. And this year, the difference is in January, our inspectors now have the powers to issue fines on the spot. Regarding the big box store blitz that we just started a number of weeks ago, we've issued 218 tickets on the spot, most of those to the businesses and corporations as well as to supervisors and managers. So our approach is working, but again, it's all hands on deck. Workers, businesses, and government all have to keep working together to be more vigilant today than at any point during this pandemic.
Follow-up?
Could you tell us if there's been any serious prosecutions of any employer, specifically recently, but really since the start of the pandemic?
Well, certainly, look, we've hit a number of businesses in the pocketbook where it counts. 63 businesses have been shut down because of unsafe workplaces or job sites. I can tell you there are a number of investigations ongoing. Every business and every owner out there knows the seriousness of being negligent or breaking the rules. The Occupational Health and Safety Act is clear. There's fines up to $1.5 million and possible jail time if there's a negligence. So again, I can't emphasize enough that we're not going to tolerate injustices against workers, and we're going to ensure that our inspectors are enforcing the rules.
Seeing as there are no more questions, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks.